Hey y'all are tuned in with We Are Jersey Magazine. My name is Melissa and I have here the amazing songstress, Sunnie.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm happy to hear. That's good. That's good, especially with all the snowy weather.
Right. It's melting now, finally.
Thank God. I'm tired of it. So Sunnie, what can you tell us about yourself?
um, I've been singing since I was 3. I'm from Willingboro, New Jersey. A lot of people think I'm from Philly, but I'm not. um, I am an audio engineer. Um, I I take pictures. I'm in front of the camera. I'm behind the camera. I do videos as well. I do a bunch of things. Yeah, but music is definitely the main one.
So you basically just take all the roles when it comes to music.
Mhm.
That's dope. It definitely allows, a lot of, freedom for creativity.
Right.
So with that being said, you said 3 years old. That's wow.
Yeah.
How has that journey been like, from then till now? And in that journey, when did you realize that you wanted to take music seriously and make it a career for you?
From then till now, I think it's been fulfilling, I would say, because that's like my whole life. But I will say that I feel like the person I wanted to be when I grew up, when I was a kid, like I feel like I'm her. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, that is so dope.
Yeah, like I think that's pretty, I think I did it, even though life involved, like I feel like I turned out to be like on the right path. So that's cool. I became serious about it probably like my second show, my second big show, I should say. As a kid, I was probably like 11. I did Willingboro Idol, and it was probably about 500-600 people in there. And I sang one of my own songs. The first time I sang "Listen," that's actually on YouTube. Um, yeah, the second time I sang one of my own songs, it was called "Hard to Find." It's not out or nothing like that, but the song was called "Hard to Find." It was like a little '90s vibe thing, and people were dancing. I'm like, y'all dancing to my song while I'm performing it? Oh, this is cool. So then I just kept, and I was recording myself when I was super young, like thanks to my brother. So I was just making a whole bunch of songs. So after I saw people's feedback and stuff like that, I was like, oh, okay, let me just keep trying and just have more stuff to show. Like I never had in my head like anything other than, hey, look what I did. You know what I mean? Like, and then it just kept getting better and better. And then later it started making sense. But I think that kind of helped the freedom of creativity. I will say that.
Definitely. And that's dope. Because at 11 years old, you're like, yeah, this is my career.
Yep. I definitely knew. I told my mom when I was 3, I was like, Mom, I got the music in me. The first song I sang was Frank Sinatra's New York, New York. She's like, where did you learn this song? It's 7 o'clock in the morning. And I just was like, I got the music in me. I remember saying that too. It was super funny.
That is so cute. So from 11 years old to today, what are some lessons that you've learned? Or like the most important lesson that you've learned?
Make sure you have a copy of everything, document everything that's yours, because it doesn't limit you to work. See, me doing all this stuff, I like working by myself because I like things done, if you want it done right, do it yourself, you know what I mean? But I like having other people engineer me and stuff like that. Just make sure that, you leave with the session, or should I say the session leaves with you. You know what I mean? And when you're working with photographers and stuff like that, make sure you get a copy of all the pictures or all the pictures you like, you know what I mean? Just make sure you have your stuff and somebody else doesn't have it in their possession completely. You know what I mean? I just think that's fair. I think it's a really good thing to keep in mind with everything, because you'll always be good no matter what. Like,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So word to the wise or word of advice to any up and coming artists, document everything.
For real, because you never know.
And so moving on with that, you did mention like different projects that were going to come out. What are we anticipating from Miss I Am Sunnie?
Okay, so the project that I'm working on now, which is my 3rd release, I'm calling it Bloom. And it's kind of like a look inside of yourself, like it's like a little voice inside of your head type of point of view. You know what I mean? Somebody related it to a diary. They said like the advice that was in there is kind of like some advice that somebody would just give to themselves, or, give to somebody else that they should be taking for themselves. So I kind of just made that a public thing for everybody to just know, you know what I mean? Yeah.
And so with that being said, I would imagine, you'd have to be vulnerable for some parts of it, Is it difficult at all? I'm sorry, is it difficult at all to like, have to be that vulnerable, on a stage full of strangers? Or do you
Honestly,
find like comfortability in that yet?
honestly, if people knew performing, like, it don't have nothing to do with them at first. Like, as long as you're comfortable. I say it like this. I've said it like this to a couple people that are like, oh, I can sing. And I've heard them sing. And I'm like, why you don't sing on stage? And they're like, I'm scared. I'm like, whether it be the fact that they can sing or what they're writing about, you know what I mean? I'm like, whatever you wrote or poetry or anything like that people be scared to do. I'm like, yo, whatever you wrote, I'm like, you believe it, right? They like, yeah. I'm like, it's a part of you, right? They like, yeah. I'm like, if you tell somebody your name, are you nervous they're gonna laugh at your name? And they be like, no. I'm like, it's literally the same thing. You're just telling them who you are. They don't like it, they can leave. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And once you realize that, whatever you write, however you feel, it should just come out. You know what I mean? It shouldn't matter what other people think about how you feel or what you think. You know what I mean? It's you. You feel me? I don't feel like there's no outside force that should mess with it. So I'm pretty comfortable. I had to be a little vulnerable, but I was just telling my truths a little bit,
Yeah, most definitely. And that's another advice, to any other up and coming artists that have the stage fright. Just put yourself out there.
Literally, put yourself out there, literally.
Not really though. And so this album, it'll be your third album. When can we expect for it to be released?
I'm trying to do end of March, early April, and I really don't want to go past April of 2021. So yeah, soon.
Say, I heard it. We're gonna have it by the end of the month coming in.
Yeah, put the pressure on me. I need it. Make sure
I'm catching up faster. But we do have visuals for it. We have 2, right?
Yeah, 2 that are out right now. And then, more are gonna come. I'm doing a little short film for the release. But We're Rolling is out, the video is out, and Everything Stops is out too. So
awesome. And what can you tell us about those songs, or at least what to expect from the videos for those who haven't seen it?
We're Rolling is, well, the song is pretty much like an intro to like a new beginning, you know what I mean? Like all right, just being honest, like I smoke, like, you know what I mean? Like I smoke a lot of weed. So like, you have a lot of time to think, especially if you're creative and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like, look, it's just like that. Like I say, use your glass to fill, what did I say? Use your glass to fill another, use your past to fill another cup. You feel me? So it's like people, go out and party or whatever like that. I'm like, look, if you're going to do that, make it a restart button. You feel me? Because it's a new beginning. If you want to celebrate anything, celebrate that. You feel me? So that's what that song is about. So the video is pretty much just a vibe. It's a vibe. Just, positive energy. It's a fresh video. You know what I mean? Everything Stops. I actually filmed it myself. It's just the song itself is about the little things, like, the first couple bars is, why do I smoke when I'm alone? Why is nobody ever home? Stuff like that. But it's just like, everything will stop if you just wanted to. And, like I said, it's just about your perspective, how you looking at things. You know what I'm saying? People don't like waiting in lines, but if they use that time to practice their patience, then maybe something will change. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. So if you haven't already seen it, then I hope that little, synopsis makes that much to it.
Yeah.
And also heard we have a photo book in the making.
So I'm starting a brand called FLEUR IMMORTELLE. It's actually tatted on my neck, but it basically means immortal flower in French. And I have a photo book I did with Corey Harrison, and we took our different shoots and I separated them by chapter. And on the chapter pages are quotes that, like, inspirational quotes or affirmations, or just a point of view, like a little message that gives you a point of view of something that might make you think, like, like, you know what I mean? It's 10 chapters, and they're all from the album Bloom that I'm releasing soon. So it kind of gives you a little insight on that. But I feel like it's like a I don't want to keep saying affirmations, but it's kind of like that. Like, it's just something that you could read over and over again that'll, you know what I mean, put you in a certain headspace that might benefit you throughout the day. And then at the end of the book, I have a link to my site, a little QR code link to my site and stuff like that. But the pre-orders are going to be available to order soon. The book should be available in about 2 weeks. So yeah, I think that's a good opening for my album to give people more than just the music. You know what I mean?
Most definitely. More like a look into who you are.
Right.
That's really dope. So we definitely got to be on the lookout for that.
Mm-hmm.
And you also have some shows coming up.
I do. I have a show tomorrow at Crab de Jour, 822 North Broad Street in Philly, from 8 to 10 p.m. They close out the restaurant and they're going to let us perform, me and my band. And then on the 25th, March 25th, I believe, I'm doing an Instagram live with my band. But, you know, I'll post everything. I'll make sure everything's linked on my page. And yeah, and then my plan after that is to do my show, my huge production that I plan on doing. But hopefully COVID settles down a little bit, because I would have to do multiple shows for this, because it's such a big thing, like dancers and people running down aisles and stuff like that. Like, it's pretty big. So that's going to be the third one, hopefully, my lucky number.
It sounds like it's supposed to be, so yeah. Pressure for that too.
Right.
That sounds so good though. You know, blessings to all your projects.
Thank you.
Of course, of course. And so you did go to school for fashion, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, how has that influenced your music career at all, if it did?
Well, actually, it influenced my music career a lot more than I thought it would, because I totally quit. I left in college after 2 years. I was like, I'm gonna go sing, goodbye, and I never came back. But I learned, like, I paid attention in class and stuff like that. I just didn't want to. I'm such a follow your heart type of person, like, but I find myself behind the scenes of things, setting people up. I'm dressing people just like people dress me for videos. People calling me to dress them for their photo shoots. I'm like, me? Like, oh, okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'll have people starting their lines and stuff like that. I'll give a couple of ideas and stuff like that, how to sell it, what makes this different, this hem, that hem, like, you know what I mean? I know just a little bit more than somebody that didn't go to school for it, because I feel like you could learn this stuff anywhere. But, you know, I went to school for audio engineering too, just for like a semester or two, and I learned more than I knew when I was teaching myself, you know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, it makes it a lot easier when I gotta go to shows. So like, I don't have to call nobody for that, you know.
Right.
But it also makes me, I mean, I guess, like, as a musician, a lot of musicians like see music, not like the notes, but like colors, you know what I mean? So like, if you're trying to give a certain type of vibe in your stage setup, in your stage lights, in your outfits, in the band's outfit, or dancers or whatever, it just, you know, it's a complete package versus just what you know, like, you know what I mean? So I feel like it plays a big part. It did a lot of stuff that I got into modeling on, you know, people hit me up to model, and I just get dressed, like, you know what I mean? And then I learned more with them, because they most likely went to school for it too, or they're learning in their process. I don't know. So that's definitely like a snowball effect, but I'm enjoying that for sure.
No, for sure. And it's like you said, to become more multifaceted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you also said that you wanted to get more into filming. So,
Yes.
right. What else can we see in that area?
So, well, for the album release, I'm going to do a short film where people actually get to see me for the first time. Like, well, maybe not the first time if you've seen me before, but it's, you know, under this album, like under what I'm working on right now. I want people to see me on film. I want to be on film. I want to shoot films. I want to shoot commercials. I want to like be behind the camera and shoot the commercials. I feel like I have a lot of ideas, but I also wouldn't mind being in it, you know? People have been hitting me up with scripts and stuff lately. And I used to be so against it. Like, no, I'm not going in a movie, no short film, none of that. I'm not here for that. But then I slowly started changing my mind, because, you know, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Like, if it fits you, like the role or whatever, like it might be fun, and you might be able to portray something that somebody else can't, or you know what I mean, it might be easier for you. So I don't know, I'm super into that, and I wasn't that into it until now, besides like surface level, like doing YouTube videos as a freshman in high school and stuff like that. Like that was a little minor version of it, you know. But yeah, I feel like I'm gonna start doing a lot more. I want to get into like French silent black and white films and stuff like that. I want to use my music as the soundtrack in the films that I want to create. So I don't know. I just want to give it different perspectives than just like posting pictures on Instagram. You know what I mean? Trying to be
that would be so dope. So that means that we have a lot more coming from Sunnie, and we have a lot of different, you know, just a lot of versions of her to come.
I'm working on it.
And succeeding. Okay. Yeah, so definitely. That's so dope. That's so dope. And again, blessings to all your projects.
Thank you.
Of course.
Oh, you said what's the title of my project?
No, blessings. We know Bloom.
Thank you.
So y'all make sure y'all check out Bloom when it comes out, which should be no later than April. And it'll be coming out with the photo book for, you know, your photo visuals. And it'll also be coming out with visuals. So make sure y'all check that out. And make sure y'all check Sunnie out on her IG, her Instagram, which is I am Sunnie. And yeah.
And the website.
And the website, exactly. And the website, which is
IamSunnie.com.
There you go.
You can find everything you need there.
Exactly. Simple enough for you to remember.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all for tuning in with We Are Jersey Magazine. Again, my name is Melissa, and this is Sunnie. And
yes, thank you for having me.
Instagram, I am Sunnie.
Yes. 2 eyes.
2 eyes.
We are Jersey. 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 We are Jersey.